I wanted to make a couple of comments. We do a lot of work at the Pacific Institute. I was one of the founders of the Pacific Institute in 1987, almost 30 years ago. And the idea then, I'm an academic, I'm a climate scientist and hydrologist by training. The idea was that facts matter, that the problems we face are interdisciplinary. You're not going to solve energy problems only with technology. You need economics, you need smart social communications. You're not going to solve environmental problems in a narrow disciplinary fashion. And I think that's the reality in our complex, interconnected world. I think that still remains true today. There's been some conversation about drought. We do a lot of work at the Institute on water issues, as Mike mentioned, on drought, on the implications of drought for our complex societies. We've done a lot of work on the connections between climate change and drought and the growing influence that climate change has, for example, on the California drought. There's been a discussion that we live in a post-truth world, especially in the last year or so, when fake news has gotten a lot of attention, maybe not as much as it deserves. I believe that facts matter. I believe that science still matters. I believe there is a role for science and science communication in pushing back against this idea that we live in a post-truth world. Without a doubt, we're bombarded by not truth. We're bombarded by fake facts. We're bombarded by climate denial. And that needs to be fought against, without a doubt. But I think that activists and advocates and scientists need to stick to a truth environment. We need to push back with facts. And when there is fake news, when there is climate denial, suggestions that climate change isn't real, that climate science is bad, that climate scientists are biased, facts push back against that. And so I'm a scientist. Admittedly, I have delved occasionally into advocacy. I believe there are things that need to be done on the policy side that we need to continue to do. But when we do those things, however we choose to do them, I urge that we do them with facts. I get a little depressed sometimes when colleagues and friends on the environmental activist side tip over into not factual advocacy. And I don't think we need to do that. The facts are on our side. The science is on our side. And so as we move forward, pushing back legally, pushing back with advocacy, pushing back with campaigns, let's mobilize the science. Let's mobilize the facts. And I think that will be far more effective than the alternative. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. Thank you very much. Mike.
How do we communicate the facts of the danger that we're in to the bulk of the American public?
Okay, so part of what we do at the Institute is science, and part of what we do is communications. And there are people far better at communications strategy than me. I do believe that figuring out, as David, I guess, said, the right message and how to get the right message across, and as John has done forever, the facts that push back against the bad science, those things are incredibly important and incredibly effective. And there are people in this room who have figured out key messages about consensus and about impacts on society and about what do we really care about. So when we work on drought, our argument is, look, we care about healthy agriculture. We care about healthy ecosystems. We care about safe water and sanitation. I mean, there are positive messages out there. And I think getting scientists to talk to people who are better at communications to put together the scientifically valid information in a way that resonates is part of the challenge. And I look forward to meeting that challenge with some of the people who are here and elsewhere.
Thank you.
Thanks.